Hey folks, Sir Charles Cary, national trainer, speaker, and author, and today I want to talk to you about the difference between change and change management. Now, when you talk about change management, normally that's something that reflects on large corporations or big companies, okay? And sometimes there is what's called a merger and acquisition. Mergers and acquisition means that a company could merge, two companies could merge together, or one company could acquire another company, whether it's through stocks, bonds, whatever the case may be. And they also have things called leverage buyouts. In these cases, the managing styles of two companies have to come together as one. And in that process, the actual management tier and sometimes the lower tier where you have your subordinates, they have to be restructured. And in their restructuring, many times they have to learn what's going to be the new mission, what's going to be the culture of this company because of this, merger or this takeover or this, acquisition, whatever the case may be. Now, going down one step from that, that means that when there's a different culture or a process of how things are done, or the mission statement has changed, or the vision statement has changed, that means the work is done differently. Do we do it the way Company A did it, or do we do it the way Company B does it? Which way is going to be the way we do it? Or will there be an entirely different way to do it completely? That's something that a decision has to be made. Usually that's made with the senior management, and then to help senior management filter this down, sometimes they have a trainer come in or a speaker come in that's proficient in change in different areas. And that person will come in and they may go from company to company to company all around the country or wherever this corporation is located, or they may go from department to department. Many years ago, Dr. Willie Jolly, he worked with Ford Motors and he went from plant to plant to plant because they had a mission on what they were trying to do. And because of him, Ford was able to settle with several employees. I believe they retired, some retired, and moved on to the next phase in their lives, which allowed Ford the flexibility to do what they needed to do, whatever that was. I don't know if it was a new plant or if it was a new car, or it was able to give them enough capital to do more things financially. But the point is, he went from different plants within that company and shared a particular message. And at the end of the tour, everyone decided to make some changes in their personal lives. They took the package, retired, and moved on to the next phase in their lives. That's one example of how change management affected Ford. You can always do the research if you want to look up Willie Jolly and Ford. If I wanted to change, my career, and I wanted to go into banking, and meanwhile I had always been into, office management. Well, in order for me to change my career, I may have to take some classes on banking. I may have to go back to school. But if I were to take a few classes or something like that, that may be the introduction to changing my mindset from office management to learning about numbers, learning about accounting, learning about bookkeeping. Now, there's another way the individual can also learn about change. There's so many speakers, trainers, and coaches that talk about change for the individual. So if there was a workshop or a conference that spoke about change, the mindset of change, the attitude of change, the actions of change, books about change, video and CDs about change, and all the ways that change affects the individual, that might be something that I would do so that I can have a better understanding on what I need to do to go from office management into accounting earnings. So once again, you have the difference between change and change management. And as always, I'm Sir Charles Cary, and remember, radiate the brain, and change the game.